Hey, what's going on YouTube? For this video, I'm here to show you my easy 1-bar build for the Magicka Templar, also known as Magplar, optimized for the High Owl DLC patch. This build is capable of doing 80k plus on the parse dummy and is perfect for starting your group content journey. As a part of the easy 1-bar series, I'll be focusing on a 1-bar rotation that is simplified and gear that are all easily accessible. Although oakensoul ring is probably the best way to go for 1-bar builds, having access to 2 bars can be super clutch in some situations. Something I personally recommend is playing on 1 bar and using the second as a utility bar, such as buffs, heals, etc., or whatever the group may need. This is not needed though, but the option is always there. The build is targeted towards doing as much damage as possible and hence is not a solo build. Anyways, here we go. Starting off in the character sheet, I have 64 points into Magicka and I'm running the Thief Mundus. For the race, I am a high elf. I think high elves are probably the best for this type of build, but to be honest, unless you're pushing for max DPS, race doesn't matter too much. So for food, we have a couple options. Best in slot is going to be Clockwork Citrus Fillet, and a cheaper and almost just as good alternative would be Witch Mother's Potent Brew. And lastly, if you're parsing or just need more sustain in general, Ghastly Eyeball is always the go-to. So for potions, we're just going to be using standard Essence of Spell Power. These potions are important because they provide us with 3 major buffs that are important for Magicka DPS. These include Major Prophecy, Major Sorcery, and Major Intellect. Keep in mind though, these potions do cost a little bit to make and or buy. Make sure you have 3 points in the medicinal use from the alchemy skill line to benefit from their full duration. So for CP, for the blue tree, we're going to be running Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Thaumaturge, and Wrathful Strikes. For the red tree, Boundless Vitality, Rejuvenation, Siphoning Spells, and Sustain by Suffering. So for gear, we're going to be running 5 pieces of Deadly paired with 5 pieces of Order's Wrath and a Near-Nith monster set. So breaking it down, in the main hand we have a Deadly Dagger with a flame damage enchant traded in Nirnhoned. In the offhand, Deadly Dagger with a poison damage enchant traded in Charged. For the helm and shoulders, we have Near-Nith monster set, both with max mag enchants, 1 in medium, 1 in light, both traded in divines. For the body, we have 5 pieces of Order's Wrath, all with max mag enchants, all crafted in light, and divines is the trait. And for the jewelry, we have 3 pieces of Deadly Jewelry, all with spell damage enchants, traded in Bloodthirsty. For skills, we're going to be running Purifying Light, Puncturing Sweep, Blazing Spear, Radiant Oppression, Barbed Trap, and Shooting Star. So for the rotation, you want to prioritize keeping your dots up. These are going to be Purifying Light, Barbed Trap, Blazing Spear, and the priority is in that order in case 2 of them run out at the same time, and just jabs whenever you have nothing better to cast. And then at 25%, you can just start using Radiant Oppression. Make sure you keep your dots up still. And at 8%, just drop everything and only use Radiant Oppression. And then whenever your ultimate is ready, you could just use that whenever. So closing thoughts, first off, if you feel like sustain is your issue, you can swap out Purifying Light for the other morph, the Stamina version called Power of the Light, and that's going to help your sustain tremendously. Furthermore, you can opt to drop Barbed Trap and run either Fighting Finesse or Backstabber, and then run a different skill there if you feel like you need a specific skill. As far as gear upgrades go, so for the body, either Whirl of Depths or Basse, whichever one you prefer, are gonna be a pretty significant upgrade. And for front bar sets or sets you can pair with it, I'd recommend something like either Pillar of Nirn, Advancing Okeda, Zogvin, or Kinra. Out of the list, I think the best choice is probably going to be Kinra front bar, and then your pick between the 2 body sets. And as far as mythics go, you can always drop the monster set and opt for a mythic instead. For that, I would either recommend Harpooners or Death Dealer, and I think Mora's Whisper is also a very good candidate as well. And I think that wraps it up. As always, thanks for watching the video. If any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. We also do have a Discord, so if you want to ask your questions there, come join our Discord. There's also a Discord for PlayStation players if you want to join a community Discord. Link will be right below my personal Discord. And as per usual, there'll be a parse and outfit section right after this. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.